1. National security scandal. Trust in government hits another low. Imagine you're boarding a flight, scrolling through news on your phone, when you read that top US officials may have been casually discussing war strategies in a group chat, not in a secure, top-secret briefing room, not through classified channels, but on Signal, a widely used messaging app, one that accidentally included a journalist. The White House and intelligence heads deny it, insisting no classified details were shared, that the damage is already done. Markets hate uncertainty, and every time there's a whiff of chaos in Washington, investors brace for impact. Defense stocks, already sensitive to global instability, could experience swings as analysts debate whether the administration's security protocols are as solid as they claim. For ordinary Americans, this raises bigger questions. If military strategy is handled this loosely, what does it say about the security of critical infrastructure, government data, or even personal privacy? The next time there's a major crisis, whether it's a cyber attack or a foreign policy blunder, will people believe their government has it under control? 2. US to help Russia with agricultural exports. A deal with the devil? Picture a grocery store checkout line. The person ahead of you is staring at the price of eggs before slowly swiping their card. Food costs have been a pain point for Americans for years. But here's an unexpected twist. President Biden's administration just offered to help Russia export more agricultural goods in exchange for a ceasefire in the Black Sea. It sounds counterintuitive. Why would the US offer economic relief to Russia, a nation it has been sanctioning for years? The short-term gain is clear. A bigger global food supply could lower prices, meaning cheaper wheat, corn, and grain. For Americans, that might mean some relief at the grocery store. But the bigger picture is murky. The European Union is furious, vowing to keep sanctions in place, while Ukraine's President Zelensky is outright opposed to softening pressure on Russia. If the US looks weak on sanctions enforcement, its leadership in global affairs could take a hit. Even more concerning, European allies, fearing they can't rely on Washington anymore, are now considering building their own nuclear deterrence, something that could reshape decades of military alliances. What starts as a policy shift on agricultural exports could quickly snowball into a redefined world order. And while your grocery bill might shrink in the short term, weakening US influence could be far greater. 3. Boeing faces trial. The cost of cutting corners. It's a warm afternoon, and you're settling into your airplane seat, fastening your seatbelt as the safety demonstration begins. But in the back of your mind, a thought lingers: is Boeing really as safe as it claims? The aviation giant, a cornerstone of American industry, is now heading to trial over 2 catastrophic 737 MAX crashes that killed hundreds of people. Boeing had previously agreed to plead guilty to deceiving air safety regulators, but now, with new legal scrutiny, that deal is falling apart. Instead of quietly settling, Boeing will now have to defend itself in open court, where every misstep and cost-cutting decision will be laid bare. This has massive consequences for the economy. If Boeing loses, it could face billions in fines and lawsuits, potentially slashing thousands of jobs at its US manufacturing plants. Airlines, already struggling with high costs, might delay purchases of new planes, keeping fleets older and airfare prices higher. For passengers, the trial could also deepen fears about aviation safety. Will stricter regulations make flying safer but more expensive? Will Boeing lose ground to European rival Airbus, shifting dominance in the industry? What's clear is this: Boeing's reckoning isn't just about corporate fines. It's about whether one of America's most iconic companies can rebuild trust, or if its reputation is permanently grounded.